everybody, we're at Park Avenue Coffee, and today we're going to be interviewing Dale Schotte. He is an entrepreneur who started this 4 years ago and is just doing a great job. I'm going to quickly take you in and show you the front of the coffee shop. When I lived in St. Louis, I started many mornings here getting my coffee. They've got great coffee and also great gooey butter cakes. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a visual of Park Ave. Hello everybody and welcome to Caldenberg Consulting TV. I am your host Brian Caldenberg, and we've got a very special guest with us today, Dale Schotte of Park Avenue Coffee in St. Louis, Missouri. We're out on the patio here at Park Ave. Park Avenue is only about 4 years old, and I was here when it first launched, and it's just grown tremendously. And so we're going to ask Dale a few questions about his experience as an entrepreneur and how he's used internet marketing to grow his business. Dale, why don't you tell us first kind of your idea behind this thing and where it's gone over the last 4 years?
Well, we opened up here actually August 1st, 2006, so 4 years ago. We just had our 4th anniversary this week. And we opened up thinking we were going to be a local coffee shop with local fare. And one thing that we do, it's kind of a specialty or a niche for us, is gooey butter cake. It's a local St. Louis specialty. And so we decided to do that. So we took my mom's traditional recipe. My sister and I opened the coffee shop. My sister does all the baking. And so we decided we would start using that as a local treat in a local coffee shop, and it kind of has just grown exponentially in the last 4 years to the point where we have 75 different flavors. We've since then opened a baking company and an Allen baking company just to accommodate our baking needs. So the bakery has been moved off-site. Ann is my sister's middle name, Allen is my middle name. That's where the baking company came from, and we've actually just this year launched a new product, and it's gooey butter cake mixes. And so those have been launched in June of this year, just a couple months ago, and we are now selling those cake mixes in 10 states, and we ship our gooey butter cakes worldwide.
How many flavors of gooey butter?
We are up to about 76 flavors of gooey butter cake. So we started out with my mom's traditional, and you know, a customer came in one day and said, hey, somebody used to do, one of the grocery stores here in town used to do apples around the holidays. Could you guys put apple in your gooey butter cake? And my sister's like, well, we have apples, we do gooey butter cake. Sure, we can do that. And so that went from the first flavor to now up to over 75 flavors.
And how many employees does Park Avenue Coffee have right now?
The coffee shop has 9 employees, and then the bakery now is employing 10 employees. And
how many dry mixes do you expect to make this year out of the bakery, and how many gooey butter cakes do you expect to make?
The fresh baked gooey butter cakes, which we supply to local grocery stores, we ship internationally with those, as well as we supply them to other grocery stores here in St. Louis. We're going to probably do a total of about 40,000 gooey butter cakes this year. That's what the goal we're hitting at this point. And then the box mixes we're going to probably hit. They came out in January. We actually did the national release in the end of June. And so we should do about 10,000 box mixes this year.
Great. And Dale's done a really good job in the last 4 years of using the internet and particularly social media to kind of grow his brand, not only around the St. Louis area, but since he can sell these products nationwide, he's using that to get his brand outside the St. Louis area through the internet. And also he sells gift baskets, and you can buy coffee on the website. Dale, why don't you explain some of the things that you've, some of your experiences and how social media is just kind of one little thing has grown into something big in the area?
We have several different things in the last few years that we've done. I would say we've probably been on Facebook and Twitter for the last 2 years, so maybe we were a little bit late in adopting those. I guess at first I didn't see the value in that. It's like, you know, I got enough to do without having to be on Facebook and Twitter and other social media sites. So I actually initially let the manager here at the coffee shop to set up our Facebook page, set up our Twitter page, and he was doing it a little bit. Well, here's a great example of how it works. We have been we had a taping here in St. Louis of a movie called Up in the Air that George Clooney did, and they actually taped here in the neighborhood. One of our customers had put a post on our Facebook page that said, boy, it'd be great if George Clooney would join us for breakfast at Park Avenue Coffee tomorrow. And someone else commented, oh, that'd be a great idea. I'd love to come in and see, have coffee with George Clooney. And then the manager of the coffee shop at that time had put a post in and said, well, I'll get my people on it. And so I responded to that and said, well, if anybody can get George Clooney into Park Avenue Coffee, get a photo with him in the store, we'll give free coffee for life to that person. So I put that post out on Twitter, and actually the Post-Dispatch here in St. Louis follows us on Twitter, which I did not know. And actually, so the next day in the front page of the paper, they had a story about how St. Louis was starstruck over George Clooney being here. And they actually made mention that if anyone brings in George Clooney to Park Avenue Coffee, they get free coffee for life. And so that's one of about 3 different times we've been on the front page of the paper for different things, and it was all one Twitter post that got us front page exposure.
And how many Facebook fans or likes do you guys have right now?
I think I should know that. I think we're at. I think I have about 500 fans, and then I'm not sure exactly how many likes that we have at this point.
Okay. Another thing we've talked about in our videos is how sometimes people make the mistake of thinking that you got to have everything perfect before you launch your business. And like you had mentioned, Dale, that you really didn't see the gooey butter side of things. And
yeah. I think a lot of times people get a preconceived notion that the business plan is this, and that they have to do this, and if they don't do that, then they're not following their business plan. They're not following what they feel like the plan of the business is. And one thing that's funny is, my business plan included 4 coffee shops in 4 years. Okay, well, we were 4 years old last week, and we have 1 coffee shop. But now we also have a baking company. So I think a lot of times you have to seize opportunities. People say it's luck. People say, I think there's opportunities out there that present themselves, and then you have an opportunity to say, no, that's not part of my business plan, and leave it go. Or you have an idea, you think about, well, is it something that makes sense? Does it work in with what you have? Maybe it's not the exact direction you thought you were going to be going, but here we have our box mixes in 10 states and 46 different stores, and when we started out 4 years ago, I wanted 4 coffee shops and nothing else. So the baking company's not the majority of the business, but it's definitely a good chunk of business between Park Avenue and the bakery. And without the bakery, we can't really even open another Park Avenue because we don't have the ability to bake the gooey butter cakes to have another customer to bake for. So, the bakery presented itself. We opened the bakery, and then, the option came was we have a fresh baked product that has a 7-day shelf life. How do you make that product sellable outside of a regional distribution area? And without opening other bakeries in other cities, there was no way to do that. And that's where the idea of, hey, what about a box mix? Let's do that. And so now the box mix has been really well received. We were at the Fancy Food Show in New York City the last week in June. And since then, we've actually added 8 additional states and about 20 different stores.
And what about moving a little bit aside from maybe some of the experiences you've had? You can read a book about management and all that, but really, would you say that you don't really learn until you just jump into the thick of things?
I think you can read a lot of stuff and you can learn a lot of information, but how do you apply that to actually what you do? I think it's experience. I think you learn as you go, you make mistakes as you go. You hopefully learn from those mistakes so you prevent from doing them a second or third or fourth time. But I think you have to take the situation at hand. You have to decide, how does that work with the business you do have? And I don't think you can do, I don't think I need to get into selling tires tomorrow. I don't think that's the way to go. But obviously baking, we have fresh baked products here. We baked everything in the store, and now we bake them in our baking company, Ann and Allen Baking. So it's like, I think if it makes sense to work with your business, it's something you should go for. And you know what? It's not necessarily in my business plan. My business plan never, ever included owning a bakery, ever. And now we do.
Real quick before we go, Dale, why don't you tell us where people can find you online, and tell us a little bit about your gift baskets. If someone's viewing this video and wants a good idea during Christmas or something, or anything, how can they order those from you?
All right, well, we have a couple websites. First of all, parkavenuecoffee.com. Avenue is spelled out. From there you can get all of our fresh baked gooey butter cakes. We ship them, again, worldwide. We ship to Iraq, we ship to South Korea, we ship to Poland, London. It goes all over the world. Vacuum sealed, bubble wrapped, ships perfectly. We do gift baskets for the holiday, coffee gift baskets, as well as with gooey butter cakes. Ann and Allen, the baking mixes, are also available on Park Avenue's website. And the baking company, all the details on the box mixes are at annandallen.com. And you can see all the box mixes there. You can buy them from the Park Avenue's website at parkavenuecoffee.com.
And if you're ever in St. Louis, where can you find Park Avenue?
We are at 1919 Park Avenue. We're in Lafayette Square. It's a great historic neighborhood here in St. Louis, real close to downtown. And it's kind of a neighborhood within the city of St. Louis. And it's a great neighborhood. Come by and see us and enjoy some coffee and gooey butter cake.
All right. Well, Dale, thanks for your time today, and thanks for the interview.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming by.